Today we take a look at some of the most insane talents that you definitely should be using in SoulMask. Let's get to it. Before we get to the list, I want to quickly preference two things. There are a ton of talents in this game. There are some I'm sure I have missed that are really, really good. So if you know of any that aren't in this video and fit the criteria that I'm about to tell you about, let me know down there in the comment section. So the criteria for picking the talents for this video was pretty simple. First off, I didn't want anything that was activated by chance. Sure, there are some good talents that are activated by chance, but chance is random because it's chance, and therefore they are not always going to be there when you need them. You lose a lot of control. So I wanted talents that are either always active or ones that you could activate when you need them. The other thing is they had to be strong. They had to feel strong and be strong. That's it. That's the criteria. And obviously you want them the highest level possible, so preferably level 3. Now on to the list in no particular order. We're starting off with Trick Force. This one states mastered how to use force most effectively. And essentially all it does is add a negative 30 stamina reduction to everything. Stamina is a pain. Running out of it is not good. So the more of it you have, the better. This essentially gives you 30% more because when you're doing actions, you're using 30% less. It's sweet, simple, and effective. Next up, we have Rapid Growth. Rapid Growth states you're good at reflecting on the past. Your character experience gained is plus 80%. So the faster you can level your character, the better. And this helps you do that by adding 80% additional experience to all experience you gain. That's it. On to the next. This next one is pretty much a must for any character that you are going to deploy as a follower and take on your adventures with you. And that is experience, battle tested once again, like with all of these, preferably level 3. This one reads, has a lot of combat experience and skill. Damage taken is reduced by 60% when fighting as a companion. So this is when they are deployed and following you. Did my best to try to show the difference here in how much damage that a character is taken. We don't actually see the damage numbers from the followers when they're attacking as a follower. So you just kind of got to look at the health bars here and you can see that the one with the damage reduction is taking a lot less damage from this spear guy. The AI can be iffy at times, so the more damage it can soak up, the better. Moving right along, we have Unnoticeable. This one states that you're good at disguising. When spotted by enemies, vigilance is negative 60%. So this is how quickly that little bar fills up when they spot you before it turns red. So that's them noticing something is up. This slows down that bar filling by 60%. This is a must for anybody who is playing a stealth character because yes, you can play stealth in this game. So if you're playing a stealth character, this is perfect for a stealth build because it's going to allow you to sneak up on people and take them out before they realize what is going on. And if you get spotted, it gives you plenty of time to handle being spotted because you have until that whole bar fills up before they actually notice you're there. Absolutely insanely strong ability for any stealth gameplay. You know that little yellow bar down there below your stamina bar? That is your resilience. When that gets depleted, you go down and get stunned and then the enemy can just have its way with you. That sucks. Nobody wants that. You know what's a perfect talent for that? Endurance. Endurance reads, after fending off an enemy attack, defense plus 80% for 6 seconds and gains resilience plus 30. CD20S. So what does all of that mean? Well, fending off an enemy attack is blocking it. Doesn't have to be a perfect block, just any old block will do. When you do so, it will trigger a defense buff of plus 80% and a resilience increase of plus 30. 30 is a lot of resilience. And then it goes on cooldown for 20 seconds and then you can proc it again simply by blocking. If you are running a shield and you are getting beat down a lot and you're just holding block, or if you're not running a shield and you're just blocking with whatever for a period of time, your resilience will start to decrease, as will your stamina because you are blocking, obviously. But in certain situations, your stamina can actually hold out longer than your resilience can. And when that happens, it's really bad. This essentially makes that not a problem. If you have this perk, resilience is essentially never a problem. Your resilience will also go down when you just get hit without blocking, and it will go down more from getting hit without blocking. But all you need to do then is just block once and it will increase your resilience back up. Most cases, probably fill it back up. This talent is insane. It's insanely strong. Another absolutely OP talent is Last Radiance. This one states, possesses tenacious vitality, able to recover 20% of HP in 5 seconds when HP is below 30%. And then it has a 40-second cooldown. This keeps you from dying. That's plain and simple all it does. It stops you from dying when you are very low HP. You can be taking a bunch of damage, and unless you're taking insane amounts of damage that are going to one-shot you, in most cases, 20% of your total total HP over 5 seconds will be enough to save you from getting killed. It also activates at 30% of your HP, so it's not too terribly low HP when this actually kicks in, and it can happen every 40 seconds, which is pretty often when it comes to combat in this game. It is an absolutely phenomenal perk that you definitely want to keep an eye out for, but it is not nearly as good as this next one. This next one is one of the strongest talents I have found in the game, and that is static recovery. It states that life is in stillness. When remaining stationary for 15 seconds without movement, you slowly recover HP equal to 20% of your defense per second. You have no idea how strong this perk is, I can tell you that right now. You may think, yeah, it's kind of cool, you stand still. It's basically Garen's ability from League of Legends, and yes, it is. But the fantastic thing about this is if you are playing on the downed state setting, so when you get killed, you don't immediately die, you go into a feigned death state, this will recover you from that completely. This also allows you to do things like jump off the side of a cliff without a care in the world, take enough damage that you fall to your death, you go into a down state, then you just get back up after a few seconds. On top of that, there is a mask that you can get called the Torch of Eternity, and one of its abilities is that when you get downed and you are in a down state, enemies will just ignore you. They'll just walk away and not attack you until you're dead, like they normally do, which means you'll lay there static, not moving, and slowly start to recover HP until you just get back up. You're literally immortal. The other crazy thing about this is that when you are blocking with a shield and you are not moving, you are staying in one place and you will just start to regen HP while blocking with a shield. In most cases, once you get to about mid-game, well, once you get to bronze, your shield starts blocking enough from most people that you're going to recover through any damage that manages to get through your shield. Oh, what's that? You gotta move to turn around and face them when they try to get behind you? No, you don't. You just click attack. You just hold block and then click attack, and you'll face whichever way your camera is looking when you click attack. And if you're using the spear and they are attacking you, you won't attack, you'll continue to block. Don't know about the sword, the single-handed sword. I don't use that with a shield. I don't recommend using that with a shield. Use a spear. It's superior. Yeah, you just click and you'll follow them wherever they go and you won't move because you're blocking. It is literally the most OP talent I have found so far, which is saying a lot because this next one is extremely strong. It is called Insight Def, and it's a Flint exclusive, so you're only going to get it from the Flint tribe. It states, detects enemy defense deficiencies, ignores the enemy's defense within 7 seconds after reflecting an enemy attack, and then it has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Reflecting an enemy attack is a perfect block or a parry, so you have to get your timings right. Whatever you're using to block, whether it's a shield or a weapon, has to flash blue at the exact time that they're making contact. When you do that, you activate this ability if it is not on cooldown, and for 7 seconds, you attack them as though they are not wearing armor. You do massive amounts of damage depending on whatever weapon you are using. Obviously, the better, higher quality weapon, the more damage you're going to do to them, but yeah, it is a killer of a talent, and it is definitely one that you want to keep an eye out for. All of these you should keep an eye out for, and if you can get any combination of any of these, you are going to have a very, very strong character to play. But I do want to point out once again, this one is a Flint exclusive, so you're only going to find this one on the Flint tribe. So if you're hunting for this one, make sure you're hunting Flint tribe. This next one is a must for all of the archers out there. If you're playing an archer, you want to look for this talent. It is called Marksman Footsteps. It is a hunter exclusive, so it doesn't matter which tribe you pick from, you just need to make sure that they are a hunter. It states hunter exclusive. Master the special movement skills of bows. Movement speed plus 95% when aiming with bows. Now, two things to point out here. One, this doesn't have any cooldown. It does have a time limit though. So as soon as you go into aim, if you don't have this ability and you're aiming with a bow, you're gonna move a little slower than normal. If you have this ability and you aim with a bow for 10 seconds, you can move around. It shows 9 on the screen because you lose a second with it popping up and all that there. It starts at 10, immediately ticks down to 9, yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. So you have 10 seconds in which you get the increased movement speed and then it stops and you have to fire the arrow and notch another one to get it to come back. A little discrepancy in the tooltip there, but it doesn't take away from how strong this is for kiting with a bow. Due to the fact that it doesn't have a cooldown, it doesn't matter that it lasts for 10 seconds. You can fire your arrow at any given point of time in that 10 seconds and then notch another one and it will just be back. So if you like playing archers, this is definitely one to keep an eye out for because often the enemy will run up on you and you will have to kite them. This makes kiting them significantly easier, or you can just swap to melee, but I assume that if you're playing an archer, you want to stick with archer. So yeah, look for this one. And last but definitely not least, we have endurance burst. This one is similar to endurance, but better. Endurance burst is a Flint exclusive. So once again, Flint tribe only. It states, stop tolerating when you cannot. After successfully defending against enemy attacks, if stamina is above 60%, recovers resilience by 30, so plus 30 to your resilience, and gains a stack of 10% increased defense. When it reaches more than 5 stacks, you enter the burst status and deal 100% more damage for 6 seconds. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. First, let's talk about the OP part. The OP part is the same thing as the endurance, but without the cooldown that the endurance talent has. So after successfully defending against an enemy attack, if your stamina is above 60%, you will regain 30 resilience. This means that you will never have a problem with resilience. You don't have the perfect block or nothing. Just any old normal block will trigger this, and it will trigger it over and over and over again as long as you have more than 60% stamina. Then on top of that, you build defense up to 5 stacks, and then when you hit the 6th stack, that's when it triggers the double damage. So 100% damage would be double damage for 6 seconds. This has no cooldown. As soon as that 6 seconds is up and you've done your double damage, you can just go back into a block and let the enemy wail on you again. And if you have 60% or more stamina, you'll just start building stacks again, and you can just do this over again. It is nutty strong, like crazy strong ability. If you're playing a tank style character, this is definitely one to keep an eye out for. It is going to make you so tanky and allow you to do absolutely insane amounts of damage, because for 6 seconds, you're dealing double damage. All right, and that's pretty much it for this one. That is all of the talents that I have found so far that fit the criteria we stated there at the beginning. And if you know of any others, let me know down there in the comment section. I will keep an eye out for them, and you may see them in a future video. Hopefully you all found this video helpful and informational. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you be notified when I upload other videos. And if you're looking for some more of my content, you can find a link to another one of my videos on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.